let's talk really quickly about the oscillator and the jet. So as we know, both are high frequency ventilators. So they give breaths at a very rapid rate. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I think about high frequency and I think about 600 breaths a minute, 400 breaths a minute, it makes my mind kind of blow, because I'm like, how does that work? How do we ventilate patients that way? So the oscillator, it provides ventilation, oxygenation, everything from that one device. And it gives this active inspiration and active expiration. So I heard another creator describe it as kind of like a plunger. And that's such a great way to describe it, because it just push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. So every inspiration and expiration is active. Now, thinking about the different settings, we have our hertz, right? And our hertz is our frequency per second. So I feel like one of the most common, when I would take care of babies on the oscillator, most common hertz I would see was 10. And that's where you get that 600 breaths a minute from. So if you think about 10 frequencies per 1 second, and then there's 60 seconds in a minute, that's 10 times 60 is 600 breaths in a minute, which is mind-blowing, right? And so, but it's not a breath like we take a breath, because you can't take 600 breaths that quickly, right? And so we have this mean airway pressure, and that helps control oxygenation. So our mean airway pressure opens up the lungs, and then our amplitude is the wiggle that is helping exchange carbon dioxide. So we have our hertz, our frequency, our amplitude, which is controlling that exchange of carbon dioxide, and then our mean airway pressure, which helps with ventilation, because that helps keep the lungs open. Now, if we think about the jet, it's a little different. So the jet works in conjunction with a conventional ventilator. On our jet, we'll have a rate, an inspiratory pressure, an I time, but we don't have our PEEP, or our positive end expiratory pressure. That is from the conventional vent. So they work together in that way. And the jet works differently than the oscillator. So like I said, the oscillator, it's active in, active out, active in, active out, like the other creator described it as a plunger. The jet does this this jetting, so to speak, of volume or gas entering into the trachea from the valve where it connects. I can't remember what it's called right now, but so it jets into the trachea, and it has this pinch valve, so it pinches it off every so frequently based on the inspiratory time and the rate, and that allows this passive expiration. So it's jetting down. The highest pressure is going to be right at the end of the endotracheal tube, and as we get to the distal airways, the pressure is actually a little bit lower. And in between, with the pinch valve, there's this passive expiration. And I heard the way I learn most of the things is by eavesdropping on the way other people explain them. And so I heard one RT explain it in the way that, like, when we breathe, we passively exhale. We're not, at least most of the time, you know? So with that thought in mind, the jet can be a little more physiologic. I also think about, when you think of the rates you typically see on a jet, 360, 420, they're less than when you think about the oscillator, where you have a hertz of 10 is 600 breaths per minute. And the difference, because we have with the oscillator the active in, active out, whereas the jet active in but passive out. You need time to allow for passive expiration. Another setting on the jet that I actually never learned about until last September, in all my years, so we're always learning, is the servo pressure, the servo, it's the servo something, and it's on the jet, and basically it's telling you how much gas is being delivered to the patient to meet the inspiratory pressure that is set to. And why would that be important? Well, if you have, say, an air leak, then you might see that number go up, and that is concerning, because it's like, what's going on? We need to look at that patient. Vice versa, if you had an obstruction, maybe because of secretions or something, that servo would go down. And so that is helpful to kind of know as a baseline, just to kind of watch when you're caring for your patient, what that is. So I hope that was helpful, just thinking about our jet and our oscillator. Definitely, I'm sure there's definitely a lot more that we could talk about with those, but that is a good starting point, and I need to run in and go to work. So have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.